lost my best friend to 23. She left her body and hovered above me. I saw no shadow, I looked around, searched every building and home that I found. I saw no shadow, but felt a glow. The warmth inside me, it kept me afloat. It felt like heaven had found my bones and gave me comfort when I feel alone. Now you're gone, I'm alone. I guess it's time to get better. Through the pain, I will go alone. If I fall, break my bones, I will scream even louder. 'Cause I'm not dying alone. I lost my best friend to 23. She left her body and hovered above me. Best friend to 23. I heard the heavens crying above me. They gained an angel, I lost a friend. I felt like dying again and again. I went through hell, stared at death, but I keep fighting with each living breath. I saw no way out from where I stood. Felt like the fire had burned me through. Now you're gone, I'm alone. I guess it's time to get better. Through the pain, I will go alone. If I fall, break my bones, I will scream even louder. 'Cause I'm not dying alone. I lost my best friend. Lost my best friend to 23. She left her body and hovered above me. I saw no shadow, I looked around, searched every building and home that I found. I saw no shadow, but felt a glow. The warmth inside me, it kept me afloat. It felt like heaven had found my bones and gave me comfort when I feel alone. Now you're gone, I'm alone. I guess it's time to get better. best friend at 23. She left her body and hovered above me. Best friend to 23. I heard the heavens crying above me. They gained an angel, I lost a friend. I felt like dying again and again. I went through hell, stared at death, but I keep fighting with each living breath. I saw no way out from where I stood. Felt like the fire had burned me through. Now you're gone, I'm alone. I guess it's time to get better. Through the pain, I will go alone. If I fall, break my bones, I will scream even louder. 'Cause I'm not dying alone. I lost my best friend. My best friend to 23. She left her body and hovered above me. I saw no shadow, I looked around, searched every building and home that I found. I saw no shadow, but felt a glow. The warmth inside me, it kept me afloat. It felt like heaven had found my bones and gave me comfort when I feel alone. Now you're gone, I'm alone. I guess it's time to get better. Through the pain, I will go alone. If I fall, break my bones, I will scream even louder. 'Cause I'm not dying alone. I lost my best friend to 23. She left her body and hovered above me. heard the heavens crying above me. They gained an angel, I lost a friend. I felt like dying again and again. I went through hell, stared at death, but I keep fighting with each living breath. I saw no way out from where I stood. Felt like the fire had burned me through. Now you're gone, I'm alone. I guess it's time to get better. Through the pain, I will go alone. If I fall, break my bones, I will scream even louder. 'Cause I'm not dying alone. I lost my best friend.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Owlet tournament. We are in stage 2, it's week 4, and we've got Phoenix versus Volume 0. I'm your caster today, Spooky, and I'm joined by my co-caster, Solar, and we have Joey on production. Solar, how you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you? I'm excited for this match tonight.
Yeah, you know, these are two teams that are largely throughout Owlet have unfortunately been bottom of the barrel. And then it's kind of continued into stage 2 as well. But this is actually pretty important match for them. You know, Phoenix, they're 0-7 so far through Owlet. This is their last game. It's their last chance to get a win. You don't want that winless season. There's no way.
Yeah, it's a pretty high stakes match for both teams. So Phoenix doesn't want to get another loss and go 0-8. But Volume 0, they technically still have a chance to make playoffs. As long as they win this game and also win against Hyperion.
Yeah, they do have playoff potential. You know, they a 3-0 here, and suddenly they're 1-2. Hyperion loses to Otter Oxide, they're 1-2 as well. Then last match is going to be those two teams against each other. Mm-hmm. So pretty exciting stuff, really. And I think it's worth noting, we've gone to a small pause here. We have a few technical issues, but we have more to talk about, Solar, so it's okay.
Yeah.
So Hyperion fans, if there are any out there, you guys should actually be raising your Phoenix flags tonight. Because every win, like it doesn't even matter if they win the match. Every map that Phoenix take off Volume 0 puts Hyperion closer to that third slot. Otter Oxide and Team Growlulu already clinched playoffs. And now it's down to Volume 0 and Hyperion who gets the actual third slot.
Yeah, I mean, if you're Volume 0 right now, you're just hoping Hyperion loses their other match, so that makes it easier for them, but we're going to go right into it, I guess.
Yeah, it seems like we're finally getting... I'm excited. It is really high stakes. It's not something you'd expect so much from a match like this, but yeah, there could be a lot going on, and I'm just excited to see what these guys come out on.
Mm-hmm. Can't put any stock into what they're playing right now. They're gonna all switch at the last second.
Yeah, funny enough, I think in their team cards, Volume 0 says they like playing Double Bubble and Phoenix like playing Rush, and now it looks like we've got a Winston on the Phoenix's side and a Reinhardt on the other. So I'm excited. Let's see if they run out with these.
It looks like they do.
Yeah, I just can't wait to see these guys come together. I do think I'm having a little bit of a production issue here. I think my screen is going a little bit slower than what's actually happening. I'll see if we can get that fixed real quick as both teams engage on the point.
Ooh, looks like Volume 0 is just going to be trapped onto this corner of point here as they get closed on. And we're back.
Hopefully, sorry for the technical delays. Looks like Nat is trying to get this hack onto Rogue and picks up that kill. Now, Volume Zero down a player, but Tekio's going to trade it out with Max. Nat just trying to get these hacks in. Tekio is hacked as well, but Awake's going to find CSP. That's both tanks down on the side of Phoenix, so this should be looking good for Volume Zero. Softcat just taking over this high ground. No Diva to contest, and is going to try and pop the Moira. But Awake finds Nat, and that's going to be 25% on the board for Volume Zero. Phoenix back to the drawing board, but they almost have an EMP.
Yeah, but the ults are going to look like they're going in favor of Volume Zero here, especially with that pick right there, so they're not going to be able to push in yet, and they're just sitting on window right now. Probably going to get beat too. So it's just going to be dependent on if Nat can hit this Lucio with the CMP.
Yeah, Lamasky almost has that beat. Not quite yet. So if the EMP comes a little bit faster, that could do a lot of damage. But if Lamasky gets the beat, gets around a corner, that could be it. The EMP could be countered. Now, the EMP comes out, catches 3 members, both tanks, crucially, but Lamusky nails the beat right after. That should be enough to keep everyone awake. The Beast using the Coalescence, but 2 picks quickly come in for Phoenix. Rogue trades out, but I don't think it's going to be enough here. Phoenix finally rising from the ashes, come on back, but Rogue has a couple things to say about it. I don't think he'll be able to get away with this one, and it doesn't look like it. As Phoenix clean up, 72% for Volume Zero. But, you know, they have a few ults to work with to take this back.
Yeah, it was good cleanup by Phoenix, but they did invest a lot into that. And now VZ's going to come back in with their ults. So we'll see how this goes.
Yeah, the bomb comes out from CSP. It doesn't find anyone, but the engage follows it up. Max is getting so much damage here with that Tesla cannon, but it's not enough to keep him up as the counter comes in from Volume Zero. They Phoenix do try to take an aggressive dive, but it just falls to pieces in their hands. And suddenly, you know, this could be getting close to last fight territory because 80% already and Phoenix have to completely reset.
But yeah, you don't want to see that with the ult disadvantage as they all swap heroes onto Rush to match the Rush. They're going to have beat though, so they might be able to make something happen.
Yeah, and you at least keep those support ultimates. That's important, but you're playing into a window and it's hard to push through that, really. Now, Rogue is... No one sees him. Rogue is a little bit sus here, hiding around the corner. Well, it actually works out for him, but that could have been a hard punish for the side of Volume Zero. But he does get the stick onto Nat. She is out of this one. But the Smart comes back in, picks Atomic. They have that Coalescence, the extra little bit of work, and it seems like it might be enough for them as Beast takes out Softcat as well, and now Max is just swinging the hammer. He was able to get so much space off that Coalescence, and he just tears them apart.
Yeah, it looks like Phoenix just forced Volume Zero over into the side of the point. There just wasn't much they could do with all the ults coming out of Phoenix's side.
Yeah, and that's good. You know, you switch 4 members of your team. Like, using 2 ults to get back on point, and suddenly you've got something going. But now, they really spend everything to do that.
It's still looking like it'll be pretty even, though, as both sides don't have any ults or are really too close to anything.
Yeah, Lamasky coming up on the beat is the only thing I'm looking at, and that could really just be used to sustain everyone. Keep him alive. Volume Zero coming around the side here, trying to find something. Max is looking for the Shatter. He lays it down. He gets Tekio, but that's it. Ooh. He charges off the map into the train. Atomic actually knocking him off, and Atomic returns with his own Shatter. Softcat just to clean it up, and this first map's going to be going to Volume Zero.
Yep, they just tried to push into the side, and Volume Zero just pushed through, and Phoenix couldn't hold up.
Yeah, it looked like Awake even had the amplification matrix at the end, that window, and I think it was just, you know, when you swap that late, like, we applauded them for using just their support ults to actually take that fight, but then, like, what do you do after, you know? You don't have the Blizzard, you don't have the grab.
They just didn't have much to work on after all that. That's the downside of switching
it felt
your
like a
comp.
late swap.
Yeah. I feel like if they really wanted to just counter the brawl, they should have just swapped off after the first fight, after they lost.
Yeah, but speaking of counter brawls and brawl mirrors, we're going to Mecha Base. and this is truly the most Reinhardt-dominated part of Busan, so I'm really excited to see what comes out here.
Seeing this fight up top right might be really interesting, seeing as Phoenix has the Mei and Volume Zero doesn't. Oh, nope, they have Mei now. Never mind.
Yeah, it looks like we've already got complete mirrors as both teams come together. The Ice Walls come out, but Atomic doesn't even wait! He takes out the Smart, but gets punished for it. It's a 5v5, but one team is down a main tank, so Max should be able to take some space here. Let's see if he's actually able to get anything done. His shield is down, and looks like it's just Volume Zero putting on the pressure. They have this Mei, so Max might be a little scared of getting frozen up here. The Ice Wall just to cover for the team as they wait for Atomic to come back in. It looks like the real fight might go down on point. They're looking for a good engage. It's going to be Phoenix flipping first, but now
Ryan's going to go down again.
Yeah, Softcat's just trying to, you know, pump in that damage, but if he's not hitting his shots, you're not going to be helping the team. Then Phoenix take care of that 5v6 there, really. As Softcat trying to do enough from the high ground, the good angle, but he isn't able to get the critical damage in, it seems like.
Yeah, unfortunately it seems that after Phoenix dropped the point, Volume Zero just couldn't take advantage of the high ground. They couldn't build any ults in time, so they had nothing much they could do.
Yeah, and now this is
looks
great
like
for Phoenix.
Phoenix has the ult advantage here, so we're going to see how Volume Zero is going to try and counter that.
Yeah, but I'm looking at Rogue on the Blizzard. He's been outplaying Smart a little bit, at least in terms of ult charge. So maybe that first Blizzard coming in could be crucial. Now they're trying to do the bait and switch here. Volume Zero trying to just get out these doors, but Phoenix are ready for him, and Tekio's already out of mech. Maybe this Mei wall will actually make something happen, but doesn't look like it. And now Softcat all the way on the side is looking for a clean Deadeye. Actually, it looks like they miss it. But yeah, you know, another win for
that
Phoenix.
Lamp down there.
They're ults.
Oh no. It's gonna be interesting to see if VZ try to counter all of these ults. Are they gonna ult first, or are they just blocked off their own window?
Yeah. We do see the window coming in as well as the Blizzard, but it doesn't look like there's as much follow-up as you might like. Two trades coming out, CSP and Rogue falling, but and Volume Zero still have to get through the doors here. The window comes out, and that comes up big! 3 kills on Volume Zero, and this is looking so rough. A lot of ults used, but it's last fight.
Yeah, it just seems that Phoenix is getting a lot more mileage out of their ults. Volume Zero is just completely able to push in with the Mei wall blocking off when they try to walk in with window.
A big shatter comes out. It looks like it does get blocked, so nothing out of what Max was hoping for that one. Countered by the sound barrier, but Softcat once again coming up big and down 2 members. That should be it. Softcat finally gets the kills they were looking for in that first engagement, and Volume Zero are going to take this one off the back of that beat.
And that's going to be huge for Volume Zero. That they didn't have to hardly invest anything in there except for the beat. But it looks like both teams are going to be pretty scarce on their ults this fight, so probably going to see a really slow fight coming out here.
Yeah, and you think the defenders would have the advantage on this one. Just take control of the choke points, really. But let's see if Phoenix are able to push out a little bit better than Volume Zero did. They're facing down the high noon. I'm not sure if Softcat's going to get anything here. It doesn't look like it. But so far, it does look like Volume Zero are in control. A big shatter comes out, catches 4. And Atomic just pushing forward, cleaning up, taking what is owed to him on the back of that big ult.
This map is really flip-flopped. It looked like Phoenix was pretty dominant in the first half, but Volume Zero just trucked through all of them. Massive shatter from Atomic.
Do you think that's like positioning or just how they're playing?
It's kind of the map and just that they haven't had many ults to use, so there's not much they can do to turn it. So I think they're doing the right idea by pushing down this time.
Yeah, and now Tekio is getting another pick here. It's just this window is right in front of them as they tried to push in, and Phoenix are collapsing yet again. What looked so great for them. Now Volume Zero completely in control, and suddenly you're getting up on that tick percentage. This could be Volume Zero's map.
Yeah, the rotations coming up from Phoenix a little too slow and getting scouted out by Rogue over there, so they're kind of just unable to push in anywhere without the enemy Reinhardt right in their face, except not this time.
Yeah, it does look like the Lions are going to try and get into the engagement, but instead it's going to be the bomb coming out from Tekio, but Atomic is already down. Softcat looking for the high noon, misses on CSP. Let's see if he'll clean it up, doesn't look like it, and then suddenly, with no shield in the way, it looks like Max whiffs the shatter, unfortunately. And then the beat comes out, and that is it. Volume Zero is going to take so many kills. Their DPS It's beautiful. Just 2 DPS cleaning up Phoenix. I believe, am I mistaken, or is that one of their ringers coming in?
Volume Zero's having a ringer later on, I think. I think one of their players has to leave at like 9 o'clock.
I see. I knew Volume Zero had a ringer for the DPS role. I wasn't quite sure if they were in yet or not, but still, brilliant play coming out from, coming at a 99 0 deficit.
Definitely. I just think Phoenix, after they lost that first fight, they were down ults, and they just didn't know much of what to do. They kept trying to push in. Reinhardt was right in their face, hitting massive shatters left and right. Their DPS were popping off, and Phoenix just never really found an answer for it.
And it's a hard map, right? You've only got those 2 choke points you can come out through. And unless you really have maybe a support ult to help you out, like the Coalescence, like the Beat, or something else, a Blizzard to throw, it's tough because that hammer is just going to be doing so much damage. Like, you're trying to
really
walk out and
difficult.
it's just in your face.
Yeah, it's really difficult to retake that point unless you invest a lot, and they just never had enough to invest, unfortunately.
But I mean, it was tough for sure, and it was just very close. I think we are going to go to a quick break because I am having a couple more technical issues, so hopefully we'll be able to get that sorted out. Just a 2-3 minute break, and we'll be right back. So don't go anywhere. This map, as a 2-0 doesn't really tell the whole story. Phoenix are taking a pretty good fight to Volume Zero, so I'm excited to see now that Phoenix are picking their own map. Maybe something else will happen. Maybe they'll be able to get a win on the board and bring it back. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after this break. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Owlet. Stage 2, Week 4. We have Volume 0 versus Phoenix. Thank you so much for sticking with us through that little break. Currently, Volume 0 up 1-0 over Phoenix in a must-win game, pretty much for both of them. You know, Phoenix, again, trying to avoid that winless season. Volume 0 still have playoff potential.
Yeah, it's interesting to see. Maybe Phoenix can bring a fight here. They definitely had some control over control. So maybe it'll be a little closer than Twitch chat was expecting.
Yeah, I mean that Rhine mirror was pretty close. You know, they Phoenix pulled it up to 99-0 on Mecha base, and unfortunately just couldn't bring it back once Volume 0 were able to take the match. So you know, potentially Rialto, pretty well-known Rhine map. So I'm excited to see if they're actually gonna break out on it.
Yeah, the first point is definitely a little more favorable towards whichever comp you want, with the second and third definitely being more rush oriented. So it looks like both teams are going to roll out on Winston with VZ on 6-man and Phoenix on double bubble.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see exactly how these two teams play into each other. It looks like double bubble actually.
Interesting
coming out.
team coming out of VZ. They're going to opt to switch that to Zarya and Moira.
Yeah,
Not going to be a whole lot of rushing over there.
Yeah, it's interesting. We also have the Echo in play as well for the side of Phoenix, looking for this win here. Now, it looks like Max is just pressuring the high ground a little bit, trying to push everyone off, but Volume 0 are happy just to back out a little bit here, and they don't quite want to contest the point yet. They're looking for a good time to come in, but the Smart is going to take out Softcat, and that's suddenly looking great for the side of Phoenix as they push forward on this attack. 5v6 now. Max takes a anti-nade to the face, but he gets the bubble to clean it off, and he's just pumping in damage on this high ground. Rogue is still behind. He has been a big problem for Phoenix in the past because he's just been doing so much damage on that tracer roll. Max has fallen asleep, and this fight is just going. It doesn't really seem like the team gets the advantage, but a big anti-nade on Lamoski will take him out. Now, finally, as soon as I believe Softcat got back into the fight, he gets another pick for the 5v6. But Rogue strikes back. That's a crucial kill on the beat. Max takes out Softcat, but the res is here on the side of Vic. Ultimate's being used on the side of Volume 0, just trying to hold this one together. CSPP is antied, but doesn't look like Atomic is able to clean him up. Now, Phoenix finally taking a decisive fight win as they take out Tekio, Awake, and Atomic. That should be it, and with the cart still moving, that should be first point as well.
Yeah, definitely, and I don't foresee a recontest here at all, and if they do, Phoenix is going to have the ult advantage. So it'll be difficult for them to take it back.
Just... Oh, that's...
Poor
that
Rogue.
mid-air shot. Rogue, that was clean. Rogue was falling from that little bridge on top, and that just plunked him as he came down to try and contest.
Gonna be a little interesting to see this point. It looks like they're gonna swap onto Rush here and probably hold the high ground. Gonna see how VZ tries to contest this, or Phoenix, sorry.
Yeah, they're looking for an engage. I think they might still be waiting on players why they haven't gotten now. But Rogue, once again, just punishing the beast. I wonder if the res will come in this time. It does look like Vic is able to get that off. But still, Rogue has just been a thorn in the beast's side. And now the engage comes through. Atomic dropping down, but he's instantly copied. And suddenly, this Rhine swap might not be the best thing in the world because you're facing down another Shatter. The Softcat gets a pick, and that might be enough as Tekio takes out the Smart before the Shatter comes in. Atomic just pushing forward on the Rhine, and that's once again giving Rogue a bad day, but I don't think that's going to be enough as the picks are coming in for Volume 0. They start to hold this point, and Phoenix are going to retreat.
Yeah, the fight just got messy really quick. They tried to push in too hard with the dupe, and it wasn't enough, and they just pushed way too far and got punished in for it.
Yeah, I mean, when you duplicate a Reinhardt, you're usually able to get a lot of value out of it. It just looked like the team wasn't quite on the same page. It was like an opportunistic ultimate. Almost paid off, but just wasn't quite enough.
We're gonna see grab coming in from Phoenix's side here, so let's see how they can make of this. It looks like VZ's pulling really far back. I'm not sure what their plan there is.
So they might just be waiting for Rogue to get another pick. He's been doing so well this whole time, punishing the backline. Let's see if it's enough, but a grab against a rush comp could be big if Tekio isn't ready. Now the fight's going on. It looks like Max is actually in the backline, just dives in with that Winston ultimate. Returns to get the nano and jumps back in. The Beast goes very low by that pulse bomb, but it's not a stick. And now Atomic pushes forward. They actually go under Max as he leaps at their backline. Phoenix Zero rushes forward and gets the pick.
That'll clean it up.
Tekio just cleaning up, exactly. But CSPP, you know, he still has the grab. That is the saving grace.
Yeah, I feel like that definitely could have tilted in Phoenix's favor if they just threw the grab down. They definitely had a chance there. It looked like it fell apart when they, as soon as Nat died.
Yeah, that might have been it for sure. And then Softcat, that's just gonna be another one. They're, well, it's they don't have to back out because of the res, but now you don't have that cooldown as you push forward.
Zarya is gonna be out and Narnia alone.
Yeah, it looks like it, but it's actually Softcat who's held out or hung out to dry as Max gets that pick. No Mercy on the other side to get the res. Now Volume Zero are in a little bit of trouble. How are they going to contest this Echo without the McCree? Answer, they won't. And now suddenly all the tools are together for Phoenix to come for this win, and they're just going to use everything. The duplicate on the Lucio, maybe not exactly what you'd like.
Well, they got the beat though.
Through, and that is going to be so much extra sustain in a 5v6 scenario. I do think this is all Phoenix. They're going to cap the second point.
No, it might have been a misplay, but it was actually a great Lucio coming out there, able to let the Winston just go into the back line.
Now, not a lot of ultimates online. They used a lot. I mean, you get the cap, it's good, but you know, maybe you'll see Volume Zero hold this defense.
Ooh, I was gonna say, fortunately, they can have a free engage with Nano, but it looks like they're gonna be swapping onto Rush here.
Yeah, I wonder if they'll just keep this Nano, just try and get it on the Rhine and get a little value. It's
Looks
not
like they
quite, but it's gonna be trades as Vic and Rogue go down. It's actually Volume Zero pushing aggressively, but now they're facing down the Nano, and Atomic is just gonna fall. The beat comes up from Lamoski, but only hits 4, and you're still facing down that speedy Nanoed Reinhardt. Atomic, or I'm sorry, Max tries to get in, but it's not enough. Tekio throws the bomb, might get a pick here, but CSP and the Smart are able to block it with a bubble and a wall. Now, it looks like Volume Zero on their last legs as Phoenix continue to push up here, going around this left side, and Nat once again picks Rogue. Nat has really been doing a great job of taking the Tracer player out of the game, and in this 5v6, let's see if the grab is enough. It does come out. The Immortality Field blocks it, but it doesn't block all that damage coming down from the hammer. Phoenix, they might have done it.
If they can get this with over a minute, they're in a really great spot, and there it is.
They do. Rogue can't do it on his own, and it's just Nat, you know? Nat has really been just putting the damage into Rogue, it feels like, this entire map.
Definitely. I feel like Volume Zero just didn't have enough ults there at the end as Phoenix was getting them online one by one, and they just had nothing that they could do against it.
Yeah, and it's worth noting, you know, CSP stayed on the Zarya the entire map. Like, that grab is going to just punish you on that rush comp that wants to play close together. If Tekio isn't able to eat it, but then, I mean, you're looking at Blizzard, you're trying to keep your Rhine up, and then, you know, you got to look at a grab too. It's hard to do it all.
Yeah, definitely. It looked like the beat that came out too early for Volume Zero was actually really impactful. If they had just held on to that, I feel like they might have had a chance to hold third point there.
Yeah, that's a good point. I believe that Atomic had actually fallen a little bit before Lamoski got the beat off. So it was only hitting onto 4 people, and you weren't really in a position to push back. So if you had that for the grab, exactly, you know, that could have changed the fight, and maybe we'd be looking at only 2 points and some change for Phoenix, but with over a minute on the time bank, that's a lot. What do you want to see from Volume Zero to kind of come back here and maybe match their time?
I think Volume Zero, if they're going to be running the Tracer with their Rush comp, I think they need to get more value out of it. Maybe have their Diva or their Reinhardt, like, with their Tracer knowing when to push up, when Tracer's in a good spot. Right now, it seems they're pretty uncoordinated, and they're not making much plays off of this Tracer pick.
Yeah, that seems to be a good point. You know, Tracer not a standard member of the Rush composition. Usually you'd like that Mei. Maybe that will be the thing that pays off dividends for Phoenix as the engage starts. No one's gets caught out by the ice wall, but once again, Rogue is punished by Nat off to the side. Immortality Field already used on the side of Volume 0 as Softcat gets the trade, gets revenge for his Tracer, but Tekio's out of mech and Atomic gets pinned against an ice wall. Softcat doing his absolute best to clean this up, gets another kill on a different DPS this time, but it looks like he is going to fall as well, and that's an early hold from Phoenix.
This first fight going so long in the favor of Phoenix is really unfortunate for Volume 0. They're not going to have too many ults coming online yet. And Phoenix is just free to drop everything whenever they want it, pretty much.
Yeah, walking into that first window, even down this little corridor, is going to be tough. Let's see if Beast wants to use it here or not. He does, but Atomic's already through the window. You're not going to get much value out of that one. The Ice Wall trying to isolate some people off, but Softcat doing so much damage in the first fight, has that ultimate ready, and that is just enough to push them over the
getting a lot of value on the flank there.
That was beautiful from Softcat. Vic gets a little bit of revenge there, but I don't think it's gonna be enough. But Phoenix, they could contest this here, Solar.
Yeah,
I think they can come back.
Definitely. I think they could definitely get in there, drop some ults, make this fight winnable.
With 2 minutes
Especially
on the
if we
clock,
see
you
that
definitely
Blizzard come out.
want to. Yeah, Atomic tries to lay down the Shatter, but Max is ready for it. And then suddenly, Awake is down. You have to use the beat here to keep your team alive, but the Shatter ruins your day.
Massive
Once
Shatter
you
for
lose
Max.
that Baptiste, it is pretty much over, you know? It's like a game of Jenga. When you lose that crucial support, the whole tower comes falling down.
Yep.
And Baptiste is the crucial support in this game. And suddenly, Phoenix are looking clean. A minute and a half just over to hold
Yeah.
the first point.
As soon as you lose the Bath in the Brawl 1v1, it basically just comes down to a 5-second timer on your life. Whether you walk in and kill everyone or you just lose, you cannot sustain for
Yeah,
that much longer.
they even tried with the beat, you know? It just wasn't
It
enough.
just wasn't. Yep.
Now, we're coming in. The Smart does have a Blizzard here, so this could bode really well for the side of Phoenix. Nat looking for the high noon, just going to zone them off a little bit, but it's Atomic, he's caught out!
Oh, Atomic.
Oh no, this has to be a reset. You can't fight this without your Reinhardt. And look how aggressive Phoenix want to be at this one. they're chasing them
Yeah.
to spawn.
Volume 0 seems like they're having a little bit of trouble knowing when and where to walk in. They're a little uncoordinated. Ryan all the way over there on the left without Lucio getting walled off. And
Yeah,
that's
it's
just going to push
exactly
the
what you
advantage more in
said,
Phoenix's favor. They're still holding on to this
Yeah.
Blizzard, and there's not much that Volume 0 can do about it other than play all over the place and not get in it.
Solar, I believe in Softcat. I believe in the flank. I believe in
Yeah,
the
you
high
never
noon.
know.
Let's
You never
see
know.
if Softcat can pull it off once again. But the window comes out and it's followed up by the Blizzard. Tekio looked like
And there it is.
Softcat! I was kidding. I didn't actually believe.
Oh, he didn't really believe. He should have.
I was just trying to give Volume 0 fans a lifeline, but it looks like the team is going to do it themselves with another
Cat delivers.
huge pick. Softcat won first point. All of first point.
Pretty much.
Softcat is going to drag his team kicking and screaming over point A, and suddenly 0 are back in this one after everything looked so dire.
It's going to be interesting to see the rush mirror here. Especially with Phoenix on that Mei, their Ryan is going to have a lot of trouble walking through.
Yeah, they're trying to come through. Tekio isn't even there. She's still pushing the cart. So this is 6v5 in favor of Phoenix. And Max gets the Shatter as well. And now suddenly, you know, Phoenix should be able to take this one. I'm not sure if that extra cart progress is worth it, because suddenly you have to get across this bridge. And it's just a long way to go, you know?
Passing this bridge, it's going to be really difficult for Volume 0. They're going to have to invest some ults. They're going to have to speed in there quick. If they can get this high nude out on a Nat or even the window out in time, then they're not going to be able to pass. But it looks like they're just going to go ahead and cross real quick before any of that comes out.
Another aggressive engage from Phoenix as Max just goes charging into Narnia. It doesn't quite punish them because the rest of the team's able to clean up. Even the remake kill onto Softcat. The disrespect after the so many high noon kills coming through, and Volume Zero stalling out yet again. They just don't seem as comfortable as Phoenix.
Seems like Phoenix has like a much faster pace, and Volume Zero's having trouble adapting to it.
Yeah, they're so aggressive.
They threw in that Diva Bomb early, they rushed in with the wall. Volume Zero kind of just crumbled really quickly.
Yeah, and it was only one ultimate. Now Nat is looking for the high noon to respond to Softcat. She says, if you can do it, I can do it better, and comes up with 2. And now it's over for Volume Zero. They have one more push, realistically, to come back.
5 ults, though. So it's going to be interesting to see how Phoenix tries to deal with this. They do have their Blizzard.
Yeah, but do they have the time to get in position to use these optimally, or are they just throwing them in to get across the bridge?
They can get across the bridge here, but probably going to see this Blizzard come out early.
Yeah, Tekio has to watch out for it. She has to be ready. It doesn't look like it, as the Blizzard is able to come down. Rogue gets the pick onto Nat. That is something for Volume Zero, but Phoenix just cleans up. 3 kills coming one after another. With a minute left on the clock, I don't even think someone can touch up. Someone's backcapping. Rogue is just getting pushed into the corner, surrounded on all sides. It's not enough, but Atomic's there with them.
Coming in one by one, who knows?
Tekio's here as well. They weren't able to pick off Rogue that quickly.
Oh, the beat's coming in.
And now Softcat on the legs. The whole team's here. They made it. The beat out as well. Nat picks up Atomic, and then the shatter comes in from Max. I do think, despite the heroic effort, this should go to Phoenix, but Softcat picks off Nat. Softcat picks off Vic! If Softcat wins another one, I'm going to lose my mind, Solar.
They are going to lose that BAP, though, so this is going to be a really difficult uphill fight for Volume Zero.
Tekio gets frozen before she can get her mech back, and suddenly, you know, it's Rogan Lamoski just trying to keep this alive as Softcat works his magic, but he is sprinting back to spawn. He's not quite able to do it, and that's going to be overtime ticking down. Phoenix taking a map.
Yeah, it never seemed like Volume Zero could really adapt to how Phoenix was playing. They're playing really quick, using ults first. And it only ever seemed like Volume Zero could win a fight when Softcat popped off.
Yeah, Softcat was really doing the most, and it's rare you see, you know, pretty much they aren't set up, you know. It's not like someone's booping the Rhine out of the way or anything. They're just weird flanks that come up big. But this did not seem like a performance from a bottom tier team. This was clean. These were
that was really clean from Phoenix, definitely. I liked how I was thinking in my head every time they were about to do something, I was like, come on, use the window, and then they used the window. They did everything pretty textbook. I think there was like one fight where they used high noon and window, and they could have probably just used one and then used the other one next fight. But that's it.
Yeah,
they played it's very well. A little messy when Volume Zero was trying to contest point at the end there, but they pulled it out and won anyway.
Yeah, just a very good use of their ultimates, you know, just cycling. I think the Smart held on to that Blizzard in the end for maybe 2 or 3 fights, just didn't really feel like they had to lay it down.
Yeah, it was
great.
Definitely,
it's brilliant.
It was great for countering all of those ults coming from Volume Zero. They were walking into the last fight with 5 ults, and Phoenix still pulled that out with the early fight.
Fantastic. You know, they were really taking that pace on the bridge and just making it so hard to get over. You know, normally you think of the bridge as it's hard to push into like an Arista comp or like a lot of poke coming down. You know, where Reinhardt, not so much, but because of how aggressive they were taking these fights, you know, it was kind of the same thing.
Yeah, Volume Zero, their Ryan was probably just feeling like the center of attention. It's not much he can do. He's trying to cross the bridge as fast as he can. It's just high noon, window, wall.
Where's my shield?
Yeah, just unfortunately could not get across that bridge, and they just got stalled on second point for the whole round, pretty much.
Yeah, Phoenix even capped with time, which is pretty hard to do on Rialto. You know, that last cathedral-like area of Point C, it's very defensively favored.
Yeah, but
Phoenix kind of just rolled through.
Phoenix said, "We don't even worry about third point. We'll end it on second point."
Okay, so to put in context of this map, Phoenix just bullied Volume Zero on Rush Comp, and now it's Volume Zero's map pick. If if Rogue Dragons were in the situation right now, where would you go?
Definitely,
we just got
definitely
pounded
would
on
go
Rush.
on to Gibraltar. Volume 0, as far as I know, they feel confident on their double bubble, so I don't see why we won't see a Gibraltar. Oh, sorry. Map 3, not Gibraltar. Kings Row, Numbani. Probably going to be Numbani. We've seen
Numbani
Kings
would
Row
be
from
a
pretty
good
much
pick.
every team, but I don't know if Volume 0 wants to take this Rush 1v1 again.
Yeah, a little demoralizing, actually. Just getting kind of bullied like that. It could be tough, but again, you gotta stick with what you've practiced, right? Like you can't always just, and that's kind of the question. Like, do you throw it to the wind and be like, we're the grind's not working. Let's go double bubble. Let's break out the bastion. Something crazy. Or do you just keep going with what you've practiced this whole time? I think that might be even the question, Volume 0 are debating right now. They know they have to win this one.
Yeah, it's
They,
a really
they still
tough
have
one.
a lot of playoff potential. And every map they lose, it's just like ticking away. It's like they can see their playoff future just fading.
Diminishing. Yep. I mean, in my opinion, to be honest, if Phoenix plays like that, how they just played in a Rush 1v1, Volume Zeros should not play Kings Row. That would be very difficult for them. The Reinhardt was just looking really uncomfortable taking those rotates on Volume Zero side.
That's true, but there's something I want to mention. I know we talked about it a little bit, but I want to go back to it, is the lack of a Mei on the side of Volume 0.
Yeah, that definitely.
I think Rogue was on Tracer the entire time.
They just were having difficulty getting the value there, and it looks like we're going to go into Kings Row.
Yeah, so I think this is a case of, break out what you practiced,
Yeah.
Like,
it's really difficult. It's like, do we just try to counter the enemies even though we're not as comfortable, or do we just one trick what we know?
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, you can never tell till the map's over, right? Like, it's genius, or they're like, oh, they went with what they practiced and they came back on Kings Row and they got that 2-1 lead, or it's like, oh, they just got bullied on the Rhine comp. They should never have picked Kings Row. You really don't know until after the map. So I am excited to see. You have a nice time to reset. And Overwatch is a very fast game, so in match you don't really have that time to sit down, shake it off, and come back. But between maps, hopefully Volume 0 has put themselves back together. Except for Softcat. Softcat, keep doing what you were doing.
Yeah. I'm interested to see if there's just going to be some more big plays from Softcat, or if the rest of the team will pick it up, get those rotations out. That's the main difficult part for them right now. It's just they're getting killed on the rotates. They were just unable to do anything on first point on Rialto until Softcat popped off, and then on second, they couldn't do anything. They just kept dying on the bridge. So it'll be interesting to see what they try to change here.
For sure. It's not. You don't see it all the time. I think less than you might have used to. But Kings Row used to be that first point Widow duel that you'd sometimes see, and I'd love to see Nats and Softcat actually go at it, because I think the two hit scan players for both teams have been kind of popping off this game.
Nat's finding
standouts.
Yeah, definitely. Nat and Softcat both finding a lot of value on the off angles, and they're just not being contested too much, honestly. So it's really interesting to see what kind of value they get when no one's looking at them.
Yeah, it might even be like a game plan decision. That's what they want to do. They're like, don't take the duel, try and put damage to the supports or something like that. Try and make them back off, and we'll protect you. Or sometimes we have the mercy. We can res you up if you die. But I do want to see these guys just kind of ego duel.
Yeah,
because they have been popping off so far. Now we are finally getting into Kings Row. Comps are expected, but they're not guaranteed.
I'm interested to see if Volume 0 will drop that Tracer and go into Mei. I think it would be probably the better pick here.
It is meta.
Junkrat. That is another pick you could do, I guess.
That is another hero in the game. It's not the Mei, and it is a little difficult to get value with a diva. A lot of pressure. It's a lot of pressure on CSP to eat all of these nades, especially if you're trying to play coordinated.
And I think
again, Rogue is hopping off.
Yep. Rogue trolling us.
A little bit too excited
Rogue
about
sus.
that one. Rogue sus. No. So Rogue might be playing the Reaper, might go back to the Tracer. We'll see in a second, but it does look like we're going to get the Rush Mirror. And
Let's
again,
see
it
how
looks
this
like
Mei makes a
Smart.
difference here.
Yeah, the
Or
Smart, the
Phoenix.
only Mei player.
They're going to
on the
be
field.
hiding on the inside.
Yeah, they're hiding with most of their team, actually. And it looks like the Ice Wall comes out. They get Atomic isolated, and Nat is able to clean that one up. It looks like the hiding play actually does work out Phoenix.
I can
or
tell
rather,
Phoenix
Volume
has
Zero.
rehearsed that one.
Yeah,
That was
Volume
really
Zero
good for
get
Nat.
baited. Push hard. They're not watching where the Rhine might be. And they do lose their own Reinhardt early now. I'm sure they're going to be taking this approach a little bit slower. But once again, Atomic gets walled off. This is the power of the Mei here. He doesn't get punished because there's a lot of pressure from Softcat on the side, on the flank. And now already an early window coming out from Beast. Phoenix are just putting in the damage as Max picks off Atomic. Once again, a Mei wall making the difference as Tekio is not able to get out and Max is feeling himself. But you gotta watch out, that Reaper is waiting for you as he pushes forward.
Yeah, this is just where you lose the most when trying to run the Reaper over the Mei. Like, you don't have the counter wall. You kind of just got to sit there and shoot it and hope your Rhine doesn't die.
Yeah, and you'd think almost Rogue would be going on these flanks he was taking on Tracer, you know, trying to get that damage in. But once again, the Ice Wall comes in. Softcat with the High Noon. CSP is ready this time. No value out of that one. Now, the wall coming out on the side of Volume Zero. They're putting in a bunch of damage to that, but Nat picks off Rogue. But unfortunately, their BAP is down on the side of Phoenix. This could be really, really bad for them, but Nat is picking up another couple kills with that DMAC as well. Blizzard coming out, they're just throwing in ultimates to make up for their lack of a Baptiste, and it's going to work out for them.
Yeah, that fight was just going back and forth, and there's just not much they can do in a long fight when they just keep walling off their team over and over and over and over again. You just see the Mei getting picks on them every 10 seconds off cooldown.
Yeah, and it's so hard to even get through this first engage because that ice wall's always there. There it is again. It's not an isolation one this time. All the team is on the other side of it. But it's going to be Volume Zero pushing forward. The Shatter comes down. I don't think it catches anyone, but Max falls regardless. The bomb doesn't get any value, and now ult's coming out on the side of Volume Zero. Or Phoenix, rather, as well. Now, the Beats comes out, but it's not enough to stop the Death Blossom, and Rogue is actually going to get some value putting the damage in. And finally, it looks like Volume Zero have managed to take this one.
Yeah, we finally saw the Reaper pick shine there when the Phoenix wasn't really in position to take advantage of the wall, and they just kept backing up. So the Reaper was finally had free range to do whatever he wanted, and he killed half their team.
I think they managed to
on the
DMAC the
Junkrat.
Diva at that point too. So definitely you're going to get more value out of that ult.
He got
but-
the Reaper ult out right as the Diva was trying to get back in mech, so she couldn't eat most of it. And it looks like
now
Volume
we do
Zero
have
is
the
going to be
Junkrat on.
plenty of ults.
Yeah,
here.
Volume
Maybe something
Zero are going to be
happened.
falling apart, it looks like. Atomic once again caught out. Softcat not going to get any value out of the Deadeye this time. Finally, Phoenix seems like they have Softcat's number. They're not quite ready to get those 3Ks against them again. And they're going to hold at this arch here, a very strong defensive position.
Yeah, this is going to be extremely difficult for Volume Zero to push in with this Mei ball, so they're going to have to invest a lot just to get past this choke.
Yeah, they're playing close together, but the Matrix is going to get walled off, not get quite the value you'd want. Max is trying to get in there. He charges forward to pin Atomic, but Nat is going to just lead the way, and Max just lays down the Shatter, then cleans up.
An unfortunate
Nat.
Diva bomb, but I mean, it might be to the advantage of Volume Zero. Their Lucia is going to have to go all the way back and bring that McCree from all the way across the map. If they can take a quick engage here, they're up 6-4.
They're going to fight this. They're going to fight this with a Blizzard. They are willingly going to go for this 4v6, and the Smart, it doesn't look like he wants to use the Blizzard. Yeah, he puts it down. They're trying to take the 4v6
And a
just
huge
through the
Blizzard.
use of their ultimates, and it works out. Rogue has the tire. It's looking for a target, but it gets destroyed by Nat, who's coming back from spawn.
And Phoenix wins the 4v6 just pressing their key buttons. The window and Mail were just too much to walk into.
Crazy. That is brilliant from Phoenix. They're really playing for this
That was
win right
a
now.
very aggressive play from Phoenix. I would have liked to see them walk back to the second corner and just hold that, but they just took it with the ults. They said, we win this 64.
Yeah,
And
they're
unfortunately,
like,
now they
we have
have
the
to back
May,
up.
we win.
Now they back up because they had to wait on that BAP, but they're going to take this fight here at the second choke.
Yeah, only a minute and a half, and once again, we're gonna see a aggressive engage on the side of Phoenix. CSP just throwing that bomb, and Softcat once again looking for that 3K, only finds the Diva mech. A lot of ultimates invested, but not a lot of value out of it. Volume Zero are pushing forward. Phoenix on the retreat. Let's see who's actually going to be able to take this one. But it looks like Phoenix is split off. But Magus gets the pin. He isn't able to complete it. Oh, no, he does. He catches Lamoski out. But the Beast falls. Once again, losing that bat is crucial. But a huge shatter!
Another one.
Max does it again!
Max is just bringing out the shatters here. And the pin on Lamoski. Max is looking really strong on this
Beat
map.
this guy, Phoenix! Holy moly.
Looks like Phoenix
That
is
is
gonna
nuts.
come back up to this choke. You know, they're gonna take
It's a
advantage
good
of this May
position.
wall. Oh, maybe not. Back to the second corner.
Yeah, there are a lot of ultimates coming online for Volume Zero, so you gotta be afraid. But once again, that Blizzard.
Yeah, that Blizzard could just shut everything down if they're not careful. Oh, they're gonna lose their backs.
It's through the window. Awake has fallen, and suddenly everything looks so poor for Volume Zero. The pick onto Atomic as well. Nat falls to the Riptire, but I don't know if that's going to be enough. Phoenix are holding so strong. Can anyone even touch? It is Tekio, but the Blizzard on point. He can't stand on there long, and Max is just swinging the hammer. No one quite there to contest him. The bomb moving through, and once again, Max gets the pin onto Atomic. There's no shield to block the bomb. CSP gets the remake kill on Softcat for the second time this series, and the cart is gonna stop right there, Solar. Phoenix looking for this win.
Yeah, Phoenix came out about how I expected. They only lost like one fight there. They lost the first point, and then they lost their BAP at some point on second and backed up a little and took a later fight. It just looked really clean. Max was just rolling
He's
into
feeling
them.
himself.
Yeah. Max was like, we have the May, you don't have the May. I can play however I want. You have to worry all the time.
I believe we call that big hammer energy, professional. It's definitely working out for Max. He's just locking this Reinhardt, and you know, after that first map, it felt like Phoenix were a little bit out of their depth. I really thought Volume Zero took that pretty convincingly, but all of a sudden, they're coming back and they're really looking good on this rush comp, and we cannot stress enough how important that May is there.
Mm-hmm. And it looks like Volume Zero is still not going to opt for the May. I don't think this is good for them. The May is
Not to
definitely
mention
gonna...
they don't even have a diva to eat the Blizzard.
Yeah, definitely. It just looks like May is just gonna be the deciding factor for King's Row in general. They're
so far,
they're not very good at taking the 1v1 with a Brawl because the May is just able to control the tempo so well.
so far it has done a lot. To be fair, you know, Phoenix
No
are
Widow
attacking
pick?
now, so it's a little harder to do the ice wall. He might just be looking. The smart might just be looking for something
Yeah.
the top here. Yeah, going back to the May, but Volume Zero really have to play tight if they don't want to get caught out here. I mean, the smart has been great about those so far.
Definitely.
Now they're coming in for the engage, and Max is just swinging the hammer. It's so aggressive, the speed
There it
in which
is.
they want to play. Now Atomic's already down, both Immortality fields out, and it's just a headlong rush back to spawn for Volume Zero as Phoenix gets the first pick, and they're pushing towards the second. It's a rotate around for the side of Volume Zero, but is anyone even going to be able to touch this? Rogue gets there, but he's on Junkrat. He's not going to survive. Now, the rest of the team comes forward, but it's just a feeding ground for Phoenix as they take this first point with record time.
I really like Phoenix's pace. They're just going in, and they know they can go in because they have the May wall, and there's nothing to stop them. There's no May wall stopping them from rushing into the whole enemy team, and Max is just able to get as much value as he wants.
And look at them go. They're just rushing forward down the street.
They're taking all the space they can. They have the May wall. They're not going to get walled.
downtown.
They can play
are
all the way up
walking
here.
fast.
Not going to be too much in terms of ults for Volume 0 and no Mei, so they can really play way up here if they wanted to.
Yeah, and they're gonna go aggressive again with this window. It doesn't look like, well, that's actually on the side. That is on the side of Phoenix. It just doesn't look like they're able to find their targets through that. And now it's Volume 0
go into last fight territory here.
Yeah, but the ice wall's there as well. And a few members are isolated off. Softcat, once again, looking for a miracle with this Deadeye, is not going to find it. And then suddenly, like you said, last fight territory. But the ults are pretty solidly in favor of Phoenix. Max, once again, looking for a shatter. The ice wall comes in to isolate the members of Volume 0. But the shatter comes down, and it's big. And it follows up with the bomb. The tank duo. Phoenix coming up big, but Rogue decides that he's not
gonna try and bring it back.
Yet. The 2v2, the DPS 2v2, the smart pick Softcat, it's just Rogue on point, but Nat's able to win that one too! And the Blizzard seals the deal! And Lamosky, he's out. He says that's enough.
Lamosky looks like DC'd right there after the round ended.
If that is a DC, that is truly unfortunate at the end there. But we still can't take away from the plays that have been coming out from Phoenix. They
particularly Max
so
and
clean.
Their Mei player.
Yeah, the Smart has been doing a lot of work as well. I'm not sure if that's just, and it's hard to tell without a Mei on the other side, if that's just the Smart playing really cleanly, or if it's just like a Mei difference, like how much that hero does on her own. It's so hard to push through that. But I've gotta just point out like the tank duo at the end there, the Shatter Bomb combo. It was clean.
Huge. They dropped the Diva Bomb from behind them, and they just weren't ready.
Yeah, then you drop the Shatter down, get a couple people on the ground, and then suddenly everything comes down to Rogue and Softcat versus Nat and the Smart, like some kind of anime duel on cart to win the King's Row.
Well, that's what you said you were looking for at the start of the match.
Exactly.
And it looks like Nat came out on top there.
And this is crazy to me. This is not how I thought this game would go. Honestly, if you had asked me before, I would have been like Volume 0. You know, they have a lot on the line. I know Misfit has been talking them up a little bit on the Nest, so I'm looking to see what they've got. But Phoenix come out swinging, and I mean that in more ways than one.
Definitely. Max is just leading the charge out here. And if they get into another brawl scenario, I don't see this. I see Phoenix just taking this 3-1.
Yeah, and when you go to 2 CP, you know, in some ways you can force that brawl. You can force the Reinhardt simply because there are points where you have to play on the objective. You can't get away from that hammer.
Yeah.
Like, it's going to be interesting what they come out with. And it's going to be Volume 0's map pick here.
Yeah, so Phoenix with their Ryan, Lucio, and Mei, they seem really coordinated with when they're pushing up, who they're going on to. The walls are really clean. They just have a really good pace that Volume 0 is struggling to keep up with, especially without the Mei to control them. So,
yeah, and those three even had that set play inside Statue at the beginning of Phoenix's defense, where they just walled off Atomic instantly because, you know, he sees pretty much an open point, goes for it.
Let's go.
That's the bait and switch, and then there's Max with so much Chad energy coming at you, and then it's over. But it definitely does seem like that Max is getting the better of Atomic so far. But again, you know, it's the Mei difference.
So we're gonna go over to Volskaya here. I'm interested to see what Volume 0 is going to try and run here, because this is definitely a map where you can get away with not going brawl. You can see the double bubble,
you know, that first point.
I believe they're attacking. So I'm interested to see if they're going to try to run maybe a 6-man, a double bubble. I don't see them trying to go for a brawl 1v1 here. That would be very confident of them, in my opinion.
Yeah, but, you know, it's back to what we were saying before. Like, do you break out a double bubble that you haven't practiced? Or just go with Rush?
They seemed pretty confident on the first map on Busan, on the Winston, but now they're just opting to run the Reinhardt without the Mei, and it's giving them a lot of trouble.
Yeah, it's definitely tough. You know, Rogue has been going to all of these different picks, and to be fair, he hasn't looked really bad on any of them. You know, Rogue has been coming up with 2Ks with the Riptire. His Tracer was giving the Beast a lot of trouble in those first couple of maps. Even the Reaper got a little bit of value. So Rogue has really been playing well, but it just feels like the hero diff there.
Yeah,
like
unfortunately, just
the Mei does more.
Yeah, the raw damage and the flanking potential is just not enough to counter for the pace that Mei provides. Mei's just like, I want to take a fight now, and you have to. There's not much to say about it.
The pace that Phoenix is playing, you know, you're on the flank, and then suddenly your supports are calling, they're in the back line, and you're like, I'm still on the flank trying to get around them.
A much quicker pace than you'd expect from a team all the way at the bottom of the leaderboard. They're definitely looking more like a top-tier team here with the pace that they're taking with their rush.
Yeah, they ate their Wheaties or something this morning because they are feeling good.
They woke up today and they're like, we're going to get a win in Owlet. We're not going to lose 08. It's not happening.
They all had a collective dream where they all went into the same dreamscape, and it taught them how to play Rush at such a high tempo. Volume 0 could never compete.
They must have watched the Road Dragons VOD.
It's not Tail, the Owlet mods would tell you, but...
Yeah, definitely seeing a whole new side of Phoenix that we've never seen before. Really fast-paced rushes, but it looks like Volume 0's not going to try to take that fight again. They're just going to go with the double bubble.
Smart. It's definitely a good play. You seem a little bit outclassed. You're not feeling the rush right now. Switch it up. So I'm excited to see if they can come up with something. Rogue, especially on that Echo, is going to be hard for the rush comp to deal with. It's really on Nats and CSP to, you know, stop that damage.
Definitely. And now, looks like they're having a little trouble pushing in here.
Yeah, but it's, you know who doesn't have trouble at all? It's going to be Phoenix. Once again, a quick engage. They see that Atomic is actually out on the side there, so they just push into Tekio, who has none of those mobility abilities to kind of get out of the way of the rush.
Definitely. Phoenix just was more decisive that fight. You know, Volume 0, they couldn't find the time to engage or what to do, and Phoenix was just like, let's go that way. We'll wall it. The Mei is just giving Volume 0 a lot of trouble with the pacing here.
Absolutely, and it's so quick that you don't even like get nano charge or anything, which is what you'd really look for in this one. Once again, Tekio caught out. And it's even their pace is good, their target focus is good, everything so clean on the side of Phoenix, and suddenly they're coming up to almost all of their ultimates. Vic has barely done any healing, so hasn't had to, been on that speed boost the whole time, but otherwise, it's almost 5 ults for the side of Phoenix.
Yeah, you know, for Volume 0, this is just week 4, game 7, and for Phoenix, this is the finals. Phoenix isn't playing anything. They're pulling out everything
like it. Max a little bit out of position, but gets the immortality field out of nowhere to keep him alive, and the Smart gets a pick as well. Now, finally, we're gonna see Rogue on the Mei, but it's a duplicate. Let's see. And
there's the Mei finally.
Yeah, the res comes out on Atomic, but the Blizzard comes in from the Smart first, and Rogue gets nothing out of the dupe. But he does get the pick on the Smart, finally tells him, you know, no more Mei anywhere on the field. Atomic is a little bit cut out here, but manages to charge up his Primal Rage. So things are looking alright for Volume 0 here. Tekio and Awake are trying to hold this right corner, and finally the main tank regroups with the team, but pushes forward, trying to get these picks. The BAP is isolated, the Beast is in trouble, he has the immortality field, and the bomb comes out to save him! It takes out Lamoski as well, and suddenly Vic, despite being anti, lands the sound barrier, and Phoenix come back again! You gotta be kidding me. Solar, I don't believe it.
It looked like Volume 0 finally had the chance to come out there, especially with the grab, but they did hold on to it. But the Diva Bomb just takes out Atomic and Lamoski, and there's just nothing they can do about it.
Yeah,
and
Atomic had Beast in the corner. Atomic had Beast in the corner with, and he had his immortality field, like, ticking away. And then that bomb comes over the top and kills both Atomic and Lamoski and saves the BAP's life. That was so much coming out from CSP.
Definitely, you know, even the Lucio, even Vic was about to fall to that Primal. But the bomb just stopped it.
And Softcat again. The grab is ready, but Max just lays down the Shatter and keeps Tekio
there it is again.
Bring it down. Not even a tick granted to Volume Zero. Phoenix say they're going to take this one all the way or nothing. And once again, they get a win.
Exactly. It's gonna, there's a couple ults coming online for Volume Zero. They're definitely looking like they're at an advantage here. Phoenix is probably gonna try to take the fight really quickly like we've been seeing them do.
Yeah, but the Grav Pulse Bomb is a powerful combo. You gotta watch out for that. With 20 seconds on the clock, this is last fight. The Smart misses the wall. He doesn't get an isolation this time. Atomic might be a little bit ahead of his team, but everyone's together. The window comes out! The window comes out! Tekio dies with Grab! You have got to be kidding me here. Phoenix coming alive in the final hour. They pick up Lamuska as well. Max is in the back line. He does not care about the point. He cares about his KD, and it is looking good today. The Smart picks awake. Atomic falls, and it's a full hold by Phoenix.
They're not going to get there in time, unfortunately. Phoenix coming in with a full hold. They're playing this rush comp extremely well. Volume Zero looked like they had it there once or twice, but Max and the Diva, they just decided, not today. CSP and Max just laying down the law.
It's everyone really, Solar.
Yeah,
like,
honestly.
This is clean play across the board. I'm losing my mind. I'm losing my voice. This is not how I expected this game to go.
You don't see it too much from maybe like the hit scan or the flex support, but everyone is playing extremely well, and it's just, you can really see it with the Ryan and the Lucio. They're just taking such clean, fast engages. The Mei, it's just really fun to watch.
It's just
Volume Zero's in the last hour here.
I need to go back somewhere and see. I wanted to see if Phoenix have playoff potential. I know they don't. I know I'm going to be disappointed when I look.
Unfortunately, they don't. They don't.
But I want to see more of this team.
Honestly.
And
where's the Phoenix Gralulu scrim for playoffs?
They might be scrimming with them just to get that practice. TG being like, we're only 40% in scrims against Phoenix, so we really need to bring it up. I mean, Volume Zero, you have to come up with something. You have to come up with something miraculous to hold on here. The game's not over yet, no matter what it might sound like, but they need this full hold.
Yeah, Phoenix might have a lot of difficulty pushing into this choke with that high ground, playing against a Winston comp like this. But we've seen them fight it before, so interesting to see how it'll go.
Even has the damage boost here, so you've got to watch out for that. You can plunk in a bunch of damage that's followed up by Atomic. But it's a good rotation coming out from Phoenix.
It really quick rotates, and it looks like they're going to be in a more advantageous spot now.
They try to get the ice wall, they don't quite get it. So far, both teams have had strong rotations. Max potentially going a little too aggressive this time. The Immortality Field is there again to keep him alive. But the Smart finds Softcat. The res comes out, but that's crucial time that no one's getting healed by the Mercy. It doesn't seem like it does enough, and now Atomic is pulling the beast in the corner. Max finds Lamoski, but he falls himself, and that is a good hold for Volume Zero. They're coming back a little by little. Rogue, stay on point, please. Okay. You just saw the Smart in Ice Block on point, and I was a little scared that Rogue would step off to clean up some kills, but you gotta be cognizant of that.
Yeah, it's looking a little even on ults here, but if Volume Zero invests too much and Phoenix just holds on to stuff, they can just walk in and press their keys and win fight. Especially with Volume Zero having a couple people still coming back from spawn.
Yeah, for sure. Atomic does look like he'll be here in time, so they should get the 6v6, but that Blizzard and that beat could really spell disaster for Volume Zero. CSP, a little bit caught out of position, takes some damage, but again, seeing the rotation, a clean rotate coming out from Phoenix, they know how they want to play this. They're coming down. I want to see them contest point here, try and get that damage in. The bomb comes out. Rogue destroys the Immortality Field, but then the window comes out from the Beast on the high ground. The Nano's out onto Atomic. He's pushing forward, but he's only getting Max here, just tickling him with the cannon. It turns out it is enough, but CSP takes a wake off the side. It's a 5v5 as the grab comes out. It's countered by the beat. Tekio's getting frozen up, finally frozen, but they don't pick up the kill. The blizzard's there, but the bubbles are enough to get Volume Zero out of danger's range. Now CSP finds Lamoski. Both healers are down on the side of Volume Zero, but there's a Bob on point trying to keep everyone alive, or at least keep everyone on the side of Phoenix dead. Softcat is able to do that with the Bob. Atomic's jumping around.
Ryan's gonna come back in.
Rage, but he has no health. Has no healing. Max is standing on point. They just have to take out Rogue. Will anyone be able to touch? Atomic with 5 HP is waiting for the absolute last second to come in. He gets a couple shots from Awake, but it's not enough.
And there
And
it
that's
is. Phoenix with the 3-1.
Phoenix, they have died 7 times, Solar. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, but every single time they have risen from the ashes. They finally get their first win on the board, a 3-1 victory over Volume Zero.
They
What
decided
a match.
they were getting a win, and they got it. You know, the unsung hero of that last fight, CSP, just picking out both of the supports by himself, and, you know, Volume Zero just didn't have the sustain to win that.
Yeah, the boop kill onto Awake even. That is brilliant play. It just really seemed like everyone on Phoenix were just firing on all cylinders. They were clean, they were together. It was fantastic to watch. I hope you all enjoyed that as much as I do. And any Hyperion fans out there, suddenly your team is looking very, very strong to get into playoffs now, get into that 3rd slot. It might be guaranteed. I'd have to check the standings itself, but it is like 99% certain. So congrats to them. Congrats to Phoenix. We are going to go to a break real quick before we get our interview here, but don't go anywhere. I do want to talk to these guys, see exactly what happened in that match, how they played like they did. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after this break with an interview with Phoenix. Welcome back, everyone, to the post-game interview of Phoenix versus Volume Zero. We have Max35 and the Smarty. First, I want to apologize. I've been calling you the Smart the whole time. But we have these two players coming in, and I don't think we've said it yet, but we do have to name a player of the match. And Solar and I have been hyping this guy up the whole time, and he's here for the interview. It is Max, main tank for Phoenix, who's going to be our player of the match. First win for Phoenix. How does that feel for you guys to suddenly, it's not just a fluke either. You guys played really, really well to get this first victory on the board.
Yeah, I feel like we've been working hard to try to improve every single game, and it's nice to see that hard work come to fruition in finally a W. About time.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
The hard work paid off.
Hard work paid off. Previously we've been, playing a little slow, being more reactionary to all the other teams, but we're picking up speed. We're starting to analyze the teams more, and it just feels really good to just actually
we
get
could definitely
results from
tell.
them.
We saw the pace really coming out. You guys are playing at a blazing pace, and Volume Zero just had a lot of trouble keeping up with it, especially with that Mei. You guys controlled the pace so well, and they didn't have a Mei, so you basically took the fights whenever you wanted to.
And that's a good point. Having the Mei there, Smarty. I wanted to ask. You are a ringer for this team, I believe, if that is correct. And you come out and play a hero like Mei, which is very integrated with the team. You got to be ready to make those calls for your Ryan to come in to get those good isolation walls. How did you feel a little pressure, with maybe a team you haven't practiced with that much to play that hero, or was it just easy breezy, clean sweep?
To be completely honest, I've known Max and CS, they're the off tank, for a few years now, so I've played with them in comp here and there, so our synergy is pretty good, and playing Mei just felt like pretty natural for me just to go in and wall their main tank off, and the whole team would just call that Reinhardt, and we would just delete him in about 2 seconds.
Yeah, it definitely seemed natural for sure.
So I had a question. How are you guys feeling after the first map? You guys took that 99-99 loss on Busan to end it out. And then how did you feel going into the second map?
I feel like we felt actually really good because it was so close. Like both of especially the mecha based one, we were like, we should have won that. How did we lose that? And me personally, I was working at the same time. I had my laptop on the side. And I was working at the same time, and people were pinging me on Teams, and I was distracted. And so there was some fights there where I just like, what's going on? And then I couldn't focus. But me, especially knowing that, it's like if I couldn't focus on that, and we almost won them, we should be able to roll the next ones. And I feel like also the team, they could feel the extra speed and focus that all of us had.
Yeah, I'd like to probably add to that. I think that after that first 2 maps, we just kind of got a feel for the team and realized that they like playing the brawl, and that we just try to find our win condition. If we play the Mei, we can take that tempo and make some isolation plays and keep the pressure up rather than trying to play slower with double bubble or 6-man or some other comp.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you guys looked extremely strong on the brawl. I mean, it's hard to tell that you had a ringer on your team at all. You guys looked like you were so comfortable on brawl, looked like a top tier team. Definitely did not look like a team that hadn't won a game yet, but you guys really pulled it out tonight.
Yeah, it certainly looked good. I do have one final question for you guys. Where does Phoenix go from here? The way you played tonight, it really seems like you're too good to just, drop as a team. Will potentially another Owlet season you guys will come back and try and run it back, get those dubs coming up? Will you go to another tournament? Will you keep the team together pushing forward?
Well, yeah, Phoenix is actually, we've been a team for 3 years now. And so at least like 3 me, CS, and Beast have been together, at least us 3. And so for at least, I feel like definitely the team we have now, we're ready to go forward to not only other Owlet scenes, but go to other tournaments, and I feel like our improvements will be able to get us some W's in future.
For
tournaments.
sure. I cannot be more happy that, you guys are not only playing together for so long, but continuing to play together. It definitely seems like it paid off in this match. And once again, congratulations. Solar, do you have anything else to ask these guys?
How does it feel knowing that a couple more Phoenix fans have just risen up?
We have fans? What?
There's two in the casting booth right now.
Oh,
Exactly.
Yes. I knew they were out there somewhere.
I came in, I was just like, oh, it's just another match. And then watching you guys play, I'm like, man, that was
we have
great.
come
I
out
really loved watching it.
converted.
Yeah.
Nice. That's our plan the entire time.
If Rogue
Just get
Dragons needs if Rogue Dragons needs a scrim partner, maybe you guys will get a message or two.
Yeah, we
But,
do every Wednesdays and Mondays. If you ever want us.
Monday,
There
8
you go.
PM next week.
We have to message CSPPP about it.
Yeah.
All right. No more scheduling scrims in the casting booth, please.
Oh no.
Max, Smarty, thank you so much for coming on and doing this interview. And please pass our congratulations on to the team. And just you guys looked so good tonight. Just great job. Truly, congratulations.
Thank you, guys.
All right. Thanks for having us.
All right, everyone, that was the end of this broadcast after a 3-1 victory for Phoenix over Volume 0. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Owlet tournament. Stage 2, Week 4. Phoenix is unfortunately out. You won't be able to see them anymore, but for any Volume 0 fans, they will be playing next week up against Hyperion, potentially for that final slot. I'm not quite sure if they still have a chance to get in, but it all depends on how the rest of the matches go. Please tune in tomorrow for a match. I'm not quite sure if we have everyone ready for it, but it's either going to be Otter Oxide versus Hyperion or Los Beefers Debut versus Crusaders. Two big matches you won't want to miss. So tune in tomorrow at 8 to catch one of those. Otherwise, I'm Spooky. I'm joined here by Solar. And once again, we have Joey in the production box for us. Any last words, Solar?
Go Rogue Dragons.
Go Rogue Dragons. All right. Thank you, everyone, so much for catching this game with us, and good night.